Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 2 of the Blacklist titled The Freelancer, number 145. I think that's how they're going to name all of them. Like, each episode is titled after someone on Raymond's list, or the Red List, the Reddington list. We meet several characters this episode. Okay, so in the last episode, we start off kind of with Cooper bringing this proposition of using Reddington to the Attorney General. And I'm not the biggest fan of politicians, but I'm going to have to unfortunately side with the politician, the Attorney General, because no way in hell would I ever willingly work with someone who is a prolific criminal like Raymond Reddington, who sold U.S. secrets, who did a whole lot of other shit. And I do like the plan they kind of come up with. They don't give him immunity, but they are going to use the shit out of him to get people off the streets and him. So, I mean, hey. We also see Elizabeth's, kind of worry about the passport, the money, the gun. I believe she found a gun of her husband. And I'm going to be honest with you. I couldn't care about it. I don't know. They didn't really give me a reason. I mean, I'm interested, but I just don't care. Come on. I want more Raymond Reddington. So anyway, they agreed to pick the two best of the worst, so to say, the two of the five candidates. And again, I have to wonder, did Reddington actually pick those two? And he picked those two, he wanted to guard them, and three others who were just god-awful and he knew the FBI would never pick? Or did he just pick five people that he could trust and left it to the FBI? I'm leaning towards the first one because I don't believe Raymond Reddington would... I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but the little I know him, he just is always 20 steps ahead, that I feel like he would be like, no, I want to be guarded by these people in particular. One of them's name is Dembe, and the other is an Asian lady. I forgot her name. We also meet Mina, I think her name is. She's from the CIA. She is the Attorney General's concession. All right, we're going to play this little game for a little bit, but we're going to send my CIA chick. So, Reddington gives him information. There's going to be an accident, and it's a train crash. The train crashes and kills like 60 people, and he tells him that it was not an accident, it was the Freelancer. The Freelancer is an assassin who kills a shit ton of people and makes it seem like accidents. Oh, that poor little fire. Oh no. That was the Freelancer. So, Raymond basically kind of escapes a little bit, or doesn't escape, he's let out, and he goes with Elizabeth, who he's interested in. Side note, they gave Reddington a lie detector test, and I'm pretty sure those don't work. Like, I've read that you can beat the lie detector test by just being really calm, and I feel like Reddington would be the type of dude who'd prepare for lie detector tests, and he was... yeah. Then again, though, the question they asked was about Elizabeth, and that was the one he twitched at or whatever. So I guess he hasn't prepared himself for that. All I'm saying is the question they asked could have kind of shaken the calmness that he has. But also, I don't think that was the plan. I don't think they were lie detectors tests don't work. What I'm trying to say is I think the scene works because I think asking him about Elizabeth would unsettle him a bit. Maybe. Actually, I don't even know if it would. Again, it's 2 episodes in, and I don't know anything about Reddington to the point where I'm just so shocked about everything. Anyways, his informant, because he has an informant, gives him information about the dude, the freelancer, whatever. And it's the next target. It's the leader of a humanitarian group which helps trafficked women. You know, human trafficking and whatnot. Women who are human trafficked. It's a very noble cause, and it's a very noble woman. She did this after her husband was killed by a drug cartel from Mexico. Really feel for her. You know, great character, great woman, absolutely wonderful. So Reddington decides that since he's the only one who's met the enforcer, he needs to go to this gala that she's holding, the humanitarian lady. He goes there and points out the enforcer, or not the whatever, enforcer, freelancer, gets him caught, and they kind of, CIA it up and torture him a bit and get him to confess that it was Reddington. Side note, we know that the dude has assassinated several people across several different countries. So are they going to charge him with the ones he did in America? Open, foreign relations to the other country? Are they going to do the interrogation and figure out who all he's killed? Charge him with the ones from America? Open up relationships with the other countries where the murders happen, see what happens? Or are they is this going to be one of those government hush-hush things? Like, because later on, Reddington's in the room with the humanitarian lady, the great lady who helps sex traffic women. Yeah, not so great, because it turns out she's the woman trafficking them. Yeah, and whatever dude, the assassin has already worked. She's poisoned. Remington and Elizabeth tries to help her by stabbing her with the throat, trying to perform a tracheotomy or whatever the hell it is, sticking a pin in her throat to help her breathe. And Reddington, what is with your obsession with hotel rooms and stabbing people with pins? Reddington gets her to confess, and bam, she dies. Because the antidote that he promised her if she confessed was a lie. We find out that Reddington didn't like her because I guess, too good of a liar, too fake. They rescued a bunch of girls from a shipping container, and I'm assuming they're going to rescue more because, actually, no, they couldn't, because they don't know anything else about this cartel, because they killed the leader. Well, that's that, I guess. Well, no, they probably arrested some people who were trafficking the shipment, so they probably have those people. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I kind of think this is going to be the format of the episodes. They're going to have the main bad guy, who's the title character. They're going to arrest them, but there's also going to be some side characters that are going to get arrested. And I wonder if Reddington's looking at these people getting arrested and he's silently crossing people off the list and updating it as we go. As he goes, like, all right, take that person off. Or did he hate this Mexican woman so badly that she was so inconsequential to him that he didn't even put her on the list? I find that second option funny. So we have this kind of in montage with which I loved really well, because one of the women who was trafficked was talking about her experience with the cartel and said they were marked. They were branded. And Dembe had that same brand that the trafficked woman had, which actually kind of tells me maybe the reason he didn't put that woman on the list is because he and Dembe are friends, and he knows what she did to Dembe, and he doesn't like that. So it was more of a pettiness, like, you're not important. I think maybe everyone on his list, he has some form of respect for. But this woman who hurt his friend, I guess, did not have his respect, so she didn't get on the list. And maybe that's why he killed her. Not because he wanted her gone, but because, he harmed his friend. And if that theory's right, it kind of takes what Elizabeth said in the beginning in her profile of Raymond a bit false. That he doesn't really love anyone. And if my theory's right, he killed this woman for Dembe, then I guess that kind of proves it wrong. Or maybe he's just really trying to cement loyalty. Then we have Reddington eating at a Chinese hole-in-the-wall noodle shop, which she said he'd be just as comfortable in a fancy restaurant as he would be in a hole-in-the-wall Chinese noodle or Japanese whatever noodle shop, which I guess is proven true. Then Reddington tells her, you have two options. You can turn Tom in for his illegal things, or you can confront him. Or there's a third one, and it's hide the evidence and go along with it. What the hell? Come on. And I guess, I think this happened because she fully believed that the humanitarian woman was good. She couldn't profile her. So now that she's shaken, if she didn't meet this woman, I think she would have probably confronted or had Tom arrested. But she was shaken, so she hid the evidence. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It's going to get a 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.